Do you want more help as a dementia caregiver? If the answer is yes, this will be a very important video for you, and it might be hard to hear. Please stay open. If you want to increase the chances of you having more help, this will be helpful. I'm here to say asking for help is not hard. It is not hard at all. If you are able to speak or write, and you've had any sort of communication with any other human being in the last 48 hours, then you can ask for help, because all asking for help requires is for you to open your mouth and ask. All it requires is for you to, if you can't speak, write it down and ask. That is it. So what makes asking for help hard? I'm going to share that with you, and then I'm going to share with you the 4 simple steps you can take to increase the chances that you will actually receive more help as a caregiver. I taught these 4 steps as part of my program called Help That Actually Helps, because so many of us say we want more help, but then we don't actually get the help, or we give up really easily. And so I walked my care course members through these 4 steps, and I'm going to share that with you as well. But first, why is asking for help hard? I just said it wasn't, because if you can say anything, you can ask for help. The thing that makes it hard is simply our thoughts about asking for help, thinking we should be able to do it all on our own, worried about people saying no, thinking about all of the people in the past who said they would help and then they didn't show up, and you have thoughts that you can't get any help or it's too hard to find help. The only reason asking for help is hard is because of what you are thinking about asking for help. That is simple as it, because you can simply say, hi, I'd like some help with grocery shopping. Are you able to go grocery shopping for me this week? Or, hi, I have some medications that need to be picked up. Do you have a chance to go pick up medications for me this week? Or, hey, I could really use somebody to come sit with my loved one for an hour on Wednesday so that I'm able to go out and run some errands. Nothing was hard about those sentences to actually say. It's as simple as saying, hey, the sun came out this morning and it shined brightly. I know you're probably having a negative reaction to this, but please stick with it if you want to increase the chances of you actually getting help. Can you see that the actual speaking of the words is not difficult? It's literally everything you're making it mean.
I should be able to do this. What if they say no? I'm afraid of what they might say. I'm sick of people not showing up.
All of that is what's making it hard. But I have the biggest newsflash ever. Not asking for help is even harder, because at some point you will need more help. At some point you will get so stressed or so burned out, you can't continue doing it on your own. I believe that every single dementia caregiver, if they want to get through this journey in a way where their health is not so negatively impacted, then they are going to have to accept help. And bonus, you can accept help even before you need it. You don't have to need the help to accept the help. That's a really big message. I don't need help. Let's say I don't need help with cleaning my house, but would I accept it? Absolutely. I don't need help with washing dishes or cooking meals, but would I accept it? Absolutely. So one of the biggest mind blocks is that sometimes when we're caring for a loved one with dementia is that in our mind, we have what we would love to have help for. We would love to have help with maybe somebody bathing our loved ones or coming and sitting with our loved ones so we can get a break. We have those kinds of things in our mind. But sometimes people aren't willing to do that kind of hands-on care, or they might feel uncomfortable starting out. And so because they can't do what we would really love them to do, we don't even ask for it, or we give up. But here's what an exercise I walked my care course members through. For the next 24 hours, I would love for you to take out the notes app on your phone. You could text it to yourself, you can write it on your phone, or take down a notebook, piece of paper, and keep it with you. And I want you to write down every single thing you do during the day that doesn't absolutely have to be done by you, that doesn't actually have to take your time. So if I were to do this exercise, do not filter yourself here. I would write down cooking meals, making the bed, cleaning the house, doing the yard work, getting the groceries, running errands, walking my dog. First of all, I love walking my dog, but technically, do I have to do that? No. In this stage, you're not filtering anything out. What are all the things you technically don't have to do yourself? That's step 1. Once you have that list, what you are going to do is you are going to look at it. And now you know, first of all, if anybody ever says, let me know what I can do, or let me know if there's anything I can do. You now have a list that's like, oh, hey,
Can you get groceries for me?
or
Hey, can you pick up medications for me?
or
Hey, can you come sit with my loved one?
you have a list of things now, because so many of us, somebody will say that and you're like, okay, thanks. But you're like, what do I say? What do I ask for? I don't know. So that's just a bonus tip. Now you know exactly. You can like, oh, actually, could you do this? No. What about this? No. Okay. Well, if you know anybody who can, please let me know. That's another bonus tip. When they say no, or I can't, or I'm really busy right now, you can just say, if you happen to know anybody who might be able to do this, I would love it if you let me know. It's as simple as that. The steps you want to walk through once you realize all of the things that don't actually have to be done by you, even though you don't need the help, but it'd be nice. I mean, would you take it? Probably. Would it help with your stress? Absolutely. Is you choose a person or a company or a resource. You might choose a neighbor, a friend, a church member, the local area agency on aging, the Alzheimer's Association, your social worker at the hospital. Choose someone. Step one, choose someone. Step two, ask them. Ask them for help with something on your list. You can think, what would make most sense for my neighbor? What would make most sense for my friend? What would make most sense for another family member? And you can kind of see, okay, I'm going to ask them for this. So you choose the person, you choose the task, you make the ask. And then step four, you just repeat the process. You just repeat the process. Choose a person, choose a task, make the ask, repeat. That's it. That is how you get more help than you could have ever imagined. Will people say no? Yes. Will people say yes and then not follow through? Yes. But will some people actually give you help, even if it's one time, even if it's two times, maybe refer you to somebody who can give you help? Absolutely. They will. This is how you get more help than you ever had before as a dementia caregiver. I would love to know your feedback. I would love to know your reaction. I imagine some of you are going to have a hard reaction to this, but I strongly believe asking for help is not hard. It's all your thoughts about asking for help that make it hard. Otherwise, if you can speak words or you can write words, you can ask for help. Please give this a try. Your loved one's health depends on it. Your health depends on it. You cannot do all of this on your own. These are the steps laid out for you. I hope that it helps you. Careblazer, I am sending you so much love. Hang in there. Bye.
Also, Nico gets a belly rub for every person who subscribes from this video. So if you haven't already, click the red subscribe button. It's totally free, and Nico says thank you very much.